What's up guys, it's Javier Gutierrez. Today we're in West Lake Sammamish in the 41.5 community, one of the most coveted communities over here in West Lake Sammamish. We're at 4050A, 173rd place. Home was just recently remodeled. It was done very well. They didn't do like a spec house. They made sure to keep the character. And it was priced at just under 1.75. Being set just one street back from the waterfront, it's a great price point. And I don't know about you guys, but let's go take a look. Moving into the living room, something I think that they did really good with this custom home is keeping a lot of the actual original features of the home, like this brick fireplace behind. I think it's something that is nice to see because a lot of times when people remodel homes, they tear completely down to the studs and they put in a lot of like white and they make it look really minimalistic and they almost take away that original character from the home and create a whole new one. I think they did a good job kind of blending the new with the old and kind of combining them into this house, which I really appreciate. Moving to this other side of the living room, something that they just did really well, I think, was the amount of natural light that comes into this home. As you can see behind me, the windows bring in a ton of natural light. On top of that too, the view that you have behind us is actually the south part of West Lake Sammamish, which a lot of homes don't get, but since you're just set one street behind the actual waterfront, you get these great views and you get to just sit just a little bit higher so you can see over those houses that are on that first row. Now in the dining room, this room is just a place that just makes me want to be able to have those dinners every night and a place to collect with your family. On top of that too, it's a great space to entertain if you want to have people over. The open flow between the living room and the dining room creates this atmosphere that is just really like friendly, warm, and inviting, which I think they did a really good job as well with the colors that they put in the home. It makes it very warm and cozy and inviting. And you also get like a really seamless entry from the outside to the inside, just because of the windows and how much natural light comes in. On top of that too, the views that you get in the dining room as well as the living room are just some that you don't get to see everywhere. And being, like I said, one set back, it's just, the views, they're just something you have to come and experience. Coming out here on the deck, you get a lot of privacy because of that mature landscaping that's going on. And as you can see behind me, the views are just incredible. You get a view of the hills behind you, some of the sky, some of the mountains, some of the water. I think this backyard, and I can just see, you know, having dinner out here, moving a table out here, having some chairs, just relaxing, grilling out here. There's a lot of stuff that you can do on this deck. And on top of it, just having that view behind you just makes it all come together. Into the kitchen, I think you can see the difference between this house and the usual spec home when it's remodeled. You see a lot of nice light browns, a lot of earthy tones. You have black appliances with gold accents. On top of that too, the sink that you have is a nice black one. It's an apron sink, which I think is really nice, especially when you're cooking and just you want to clean the items in there. It's good, it kind of keeps the mess in. And you also have a work ledge on the side of it, which is a really nice feature that a lot of homes don't have nowadays. Something else that they did that is very unique that you don't always see in homes nowadays, a lot of the hoods that you put over your ranges and your stovetops, they're going to be stainless steel. And I think that the people who remodeled this, they looked at this home that we can't do stainless steel. It doesn't go with the vibe. It would totally just kind of stand out like a sore thumb in the kitchen. So instead they went with this really nice Venetian plaster hood, this nice light color, and it kind of like blends like a lot of like grays and browns. I think it really ties the whole kitchen together and kind of just gives it that character. Something else that's a nice feature in this house with the quartz countertops we have, they have these really unique veining in them with this kind of like brownish orange, kind of like a burnt orange almost. And on top of that too, it is a waterfall edge, which I really enjoy seeing. It's kind of the style that's in. A lot of times you see them on islands, but you don't always see them on countertops. So the fact that they did it on a countertop just shows their attention to detail and how this is more than a spec home to them. This is something that they remodeled thinking about the family that's going to live here, the people that are going to live here, and something that they created for other people to enjoy in their home. Now moving into the family room that sits just right off of the kitchen. It continues to have that nice open flow that you see between the dining room and the living room, how they kind of seamlessly blend together. You get a very similar vibe here. The kitchen is right there, it's open. You can see somebody being in the kitchen, somebody being here, and then being able to communicate and still be in each other's presence, not just completely closed off, which is always nice. One of the cool features of this home is that part of the family room up against the wall over here, kind of a little bit hidden in the corner, is actually a wet bar. So perfect for entertaining, perfect just to store stuff. it makes it really nice when you have people over to be able to just, oh no, it's okay, put it here, and just be able to not have to leave the room. So I think with that in mind, it just continues to show the thought that they put into this remodel to make it very livable. Now in the primary bedroom, it's an oversized primary, plenty of space to put a king size bed, put desk, put chairs, put everything that you need in this room. On top of that too, they did continue to blend that modern with that kind of original vibe. You can see that with the wood beam that goes throughout. That's something that you see in other areas of the home that's really nice. On top of that too, they did put in new plush carpet, and it almost makes it feel like you're walking on clouds, which I think everybody wants that comfort in their primary bedroom. You know, hop out of bed and you just feel nice and comfortable in your own room. Moving into the primary, you can see it's very much open to be customized to the owner of the home. It's very open. There's plenty of space to kind of customize and do what you want. On top of that too, you do have some pretty high ceilings. So there's really, the choices here are honestly endless as to what you want to do, but they left it open and customizable to the future owner, which I think is always a nice touch because everyone wants to be able to come into the home and kind of put their own touches on it. And this just allows you to do just that. Shifting over to the primary bath, they did a really good job keeping the similar flow with the house. You see the same cabinets that are in the kitchen as well as the same quartz countertop, which I think it just really ties the whole home together. On top of that too, you do see the classic 2 sink, which just really makes living honestly like really seamless. It allows you to have your space but also be able to have a shared area, and that way people aren't like on top of each other. Moving into the primary shower, you have these really nice glass walls here, and you actually have a full length inlay bench, which is very nice. And you also have an inlay storage to put your shampoos, for whatever products you might need. Something that's cool about this that you don't always see in a lot of showers, there's actually 2 shower heads, which just makes it really convenient to add onto that 2 sink. It allows people to not get too much on top of each other. Just off of the primary, right around the corner, you have this open space that you can create either into like a game room, a playroom, a study area, or even an office. I think putting an office here would honestly be really cool. I could totally see working here with the views that you have behind you. You kind of just adjust a few of the things that you have here and you have a beautiful view of West Lake Sammamish. And I don't know if there's a better view in Bellevue, on this side of Bellevue at least, than that. Now in the downstairs part of the house, you have another nice bathroom here, a full bath. These amazing quartz countertops here, the same ones that are in every other part of the house, really keeping that same vibe and flow to the home. On top of that too, you have a bathtub here, which is very nice. And I think the fixtures that they put on this home are just ones that are nice and unique and build that character of the house even more.